where we talk about immigration processes through do-it-yourself process. When I have my video when it comes to this one, it started with like music, but now we are really dedicating the Powerful Couple Journey YouTube channel for those who are seeking of the process on the non-immigrant visa, and one of which is J1 visa. Way back in 2019, I had the urge to really submit my papers. Actually, it was in September 2018 when I decided that it is time for me to step up, and maybe the US is one way for me to really showcase the ability I have that is not honed just in the Department of Education in the Philippines, but also capable of being an international teacher as a J1 visa. This time, I use an agency because a lot of my J1 teacher friends who came already has been in this agency. And we all know agency is expensive, but there's really a chance for you to get one of the coveted positions as a J1 teacher. Because way back in 2018 and 2019, even though there's already a lot of J1 teachers who came here in the US, but in our small island in the Philippines, it's not that much. That's why when I knew that some of my friends from the small division that we have there has been successful in coming here in the US through a J1 visa, a non-immigrant visa here in the US, then I grabbed the chance because they are already successful in coming here. Now, what is a J1 visa? Especially for those teachers. J1 visa is a non-immigrant visa. It is a cultural exchange program, especially for teachers that are in the Philippines. The requirements for being a J1, especially if you wanted to become a teacher, international teacher here, you need to be currently teaching at least 2 years. And when I filed in 2018, I am already a teacher for 3 years and going to 4 years, I believe. And I'm already at teacher three, which is a higher up with teacher one, because in the Philippines, it's teacher one. That is your entry level, teacher two, and teacher three. Since I have my master's degree in education, then I step up to teacher three. But I gave up that position for greener pasture. That is what we always think, and that was we always believe in coming here in the US. So with the American dream, that is what really drives me to have that agency where my co-teachers have already been through and they are successful. So right now, there's already a lot of platforms through Facebook groups that are dedicating themselves to share their ideas on how to come here in the US without any agencies. Because to be honest with you, there are three things that you just have to deal with: the J1, which is the teacher, the sponsor, and the school district. But if you go through with an agency, then that's four. So if I were you, listen to most of the videos that I'm sharing here because this is my way of giving you ideas on how to do it. Being a non-immigrant teacher here in the US is a very festive um, opportunities and event. The reason for that is, especially on my case, I never had any experiences in flying on an airplane, not even in a domestic airplane, how much more in an international flight. So, being a non immigrant through J1 is really my, let's just say, ultimate American dream, where that is my way of coming here in the US. Hello, greetings from Poland. Thank you so much for watching. So, We are talking about how to become an international teacher here, that is a non-immigrant visa here in the US. Now, I came here in August 15, 2019. It's already November 2024, which means it's my fifth year here already and more months, right? I am so thankful that God was able to provide me with a partner that helped me to get my J1 waiver to getting a green card. I have a lot of J1 teacher friends. They know that they are subject to the 212E rule home residency requirement, which requires for them to go home to the Philippines to fulfill the 2 years. So, right after you have your 5 years already of staying here as a teacher, you have to fulfill that 5 years because that's part of the teacher exchange cultural program. In my case, I am so fortunate to get my waiver through exceptional hardship with my US citizen spouse. Is it easy? The answer is no. A lot of our J1 teacher friends, especially with J1 Waiver Helping Hands group, they have their immigration lawyers who are helping them with the process. Now, when it comes to being a non-immigrant here in the US, is it easy? The answer is no. You have a lot of challenges that you can have, like culture shocks, paying your rent, paying your bills, paying your car, paying insurances. Those are the some hurdles that you will be finding along the way. But if you enjoy your life here and you feel like you have community of people and support with your school, then that will be a good thing. Thank you so much for who are watching here and for having your comments. So now, non-immigrant visa. Non-immigrant means you will not have the chance at all to become a legal permanent resident here in the United States of America. But since God was able to provide me, or I was able to have a husband here, then we process our petition, which is the Form I-130 to the USCIS. Then we filed our waiver, which is the I-612. Those are the jargons or the words that I'm using because that is what we use for us to really navigate from being a non-immigrant to a permanent resident here in the United States of America. And I'm sharing my ideas to you for those who are willing to learn because this is our step by step process through do it yourself. Now, how did we learn the process? We go to uscis.gov and the Department of State, which is travel.state.gov, to get those information. Now, as a non-immigrant, especially on your first year, it's like a honeymoon stage. Once you surpass all the challenges, the interviews, especially the PI, which is the principal interview, and they give you your job offer, it's like you are in cloud nine, which means you have the chance to really come here in the US. The next hurdle that you can have is your visa sponsor. So if you are doing this on your own, you need to find a visa sponsor that will help you with the process. If you wanted to get the free copy, let me know. Comment on the comment section, and have your email address. I can send you the free template. That way you know the step-by-step process. It's my way of sharing my ideas to you. I know some J1 teachers have already been successful in this. Now, when you come here in the US, you need to make sure that your family is on board. You know the budget, you know the taxes, you know how much you're getting or the net income and your gross income because you need to know how much you can save. Since the idea of J1 visa program is 3 years in your visa, and 2 additional years if they're going to extend you. And within these 3 years, you'll have to pay every year for your extension with a visa sponsor. Additional 2 years, that will be 5 years altogether. Some of the visa sponsors, they're only allowing you to pay $1,000. I know it's quite much, but at least that's 1,000. During my time with my visa sponsor, I think it's CICD, which is Intrax right now. I'm paying 1,200 to I think 1,400 every month, every year, and it's very expensive. But it depends on your state. Some of the states here in the US, they pay more when it comes to teaching. Here in Central Florida, it's not that much. So you need to budget your money. But do you think it's fulfilling to teach here in the US? The answer is yes. Because you are an international teacher, you are honing yourself, telling the students about the cultural exchange, about what's the culture in the Philippines, and what's the culture you learn here in the United States of America. But in your second, third, it's good. But in your fourth and fifth year, if you feel like you're so stressed and you have your way out of being a non-immigrant, then, and if it's a blessing for you to have your partner here, which is a US citizen, it is possible to become a legal permanent resident here if you are a teacher with 212E rule, non-immigrant visa, to getting your J1 waiver. What are the forms we submitted? We go to uscis.gov, we file Form I-130, Form I-130A, Form I-612, Form I-485, Form I-765, Form I-131. We also submitted with the Department of State the DS-3035 and advisory opinion. Why are these important? Because they go hand in hand. Now, you have to be strategic in filing though, because it takes 2 years to get your waiver, and after that, you can adjust your status to legal permanent resident. And you know what's the best part? If you and your husband has, or your spouse, you as a citizen spouse, has been able to establish your life here in the US already, and you get your green card just like what I did in the year 2023 in November, just count 3 years, you can file for US citizenship. And the best part is 90 days prior that you get your green card, let's just say I got my green card in November 2023, I can file 3 months prior, which is like month of August or September, for me to process my US citizenship. So that right there, if you got married to a US citizen, it's really a big plus. And you can find other means of work, not just teaching. I know some J1 teachers, they love to teach. And I'm so thankful that they love to teach. But in my end, I feel so stressed during the pandemic and it gotten worse. So I said to myself, maybe this is not for me. Maybe God will allow me to do something. But you know what? In this platform through YouTube channel with Powerful Couple Journey, I hope you will subscribe. This is my way of sharing my ideas to you, just like telling you as a teacher to my viewers, and I'm so thankful that you are here. Now, if you wish to know what are the templates that we use for our J1 waiver, I put it here, powerfulcouplejourney.com, and it is our way as well. The proceeds that we took from that one goes to the mountain pastors that we are supporting in the Philippines. And that is my ministry, and this is my advocacy of sharing to you. And we are so happy through J1 Waiver Helping Hands Group. We are already 3,400 plus and almost 3,500. I started that group in August 13, 2023. The moment, it's like 10 days after I got my favorable recommendation with the Department of State. Now, with the J1 Waiver Helping Hands group in Facebook, you just have to agree to group rules, and I, as your admin, will accept you immediately. We have a lot of J1 teacher friends that are asking for their friends to come and join us. The only problem is they didn't have the group rules accepted, so I have to decline them. And it's like thousands of them, and I I feel bad for doing that, but in order to maintain the harmony and the community that we are building through J1 Waiver Helping Hands group in Facebook, then we should agree to group rules, and you will find a lot of generous teachers and other J1 visa holders that are sharing their information. For those who are watching here and giving your comments, thank you so much. I love your ideas that you are sharing because you are watching here and you are giving your energy and comment. I love that. Now, when it comes to being a non-immigrant visa, you know that it's not going to be permanent. But if you have your way of extending your stay here legally, then go for it. Go for your chances. But if you feel like you need to fulfill the 2 years, make sure on your fourth and fifth year, you are already talking to your um, school district and telling them that you are willing to take the chances of getting an H-1B visa or a work permit. That way, they can transfer you over to doing that dual intent visa. That way, when you go back here in the United States of America, you're processing already your J1 H-1B visa rather, and you will have the chance to stay here and become a legal permanent resident once they petition you. Your school district will petition you. Now, are there any other ways for you to become a teacher here? I mean, a legal permanent resident here? The answer is yes, especially if you file for persecution or exceptional hardship waiver to your spouse or your U.S. citizen child, persecution. You have Conrad 30 for those who are in the medical practice, and asylum. You can do that as well, or IGA, Interested Government Agency. Now, there are pathways for you to come here in the US, and being a J1 with 212E rule, it's not the end of the world. Think of this that you are here in America, you're honing yourself, you are showing your culture, and that's what a lot of Americans are so thankful for the J1 teachers because they're willing to learn, willing to explore, and willing to share their ideas and expertise as Filipinos from the Philippines coming here in the United States of America. Now, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe our YouTube channel, Powerful Couple Journey, for more immigration processes through do-it-yourself. And if you have some questions, don't forget to message me through my Facebook or go to J1 River Helping Hands group because I'm very active there, sharing my ideas to you. And don't forget, if you have some J1 teacher friends, please let them know that we have our template in powerfulcouplejourney.com if you wish to do it DIY. One of these days, I'm going to put all of the step-by-step process. That way, you can get a guide how this Filipina without an immigration lawyer was able to get her waiver, now a green card holder, through exceptional hardship with her US citizen spouse. Thank you so much for being here. I am willing to give you some information every Saturday, every Tuesday, and every Wednesday with my long form videos, and some of them will be live like this. That way we could have one-on-one chat. Thank you so much for your energy and for the time that you have spent, for giving your comments, likes, for sharing this information, because this is our platform of showing to you how willing we are to share our ideas. And this is going to be a good partnership. Please don't forget we have a community, J1 Waiver Helping Hands group, website, powerfulcouplejourney.com, and please don't forget to like, share, subscribe with our YouTube channel, Powerful Couple Journey. Thank you so much and see you on my next video. God bless!